C.S. Lewis's insight: if I find in myself a desire which nothing in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world, deeply speaks to the human experience of yearning. This reflection calls attention to our inherent longing for something more and its implications for our spiritual journey. In Christian theology, this longing is often seen as a divine reminder pointing us toward our eternal purpose with God. Through this lens, Lewis's words encourage us to think beyond our physical surroundings and focus on the eternal truths of our existence. Let's examine this profound idea through four important themes: the nature of our insatiable desires, the role of earthly pleasures, our pilgrimage as believers, and the ultimate fulfillment found only in God. 1. The nature of our insatiable desires, evidence of the eternal. C.S. Lewis understood that within every human being exists an undeniable longing that nothing in this world can fulfill. He viewed this as a sign of our eternal nature. In Mere Christianity, Lewis writes, "Creatures are not born with desires unless satisfaction for those desires exists. Just as a baby feels hunger because there is food, and a duckling wants to swim because there is water, our desires are proof of a greater reality." Lewis explained that if we feel a longing that cannot be satisfied in this world, the most reasonable explanation is that we were made for something beyond it. This notion mirrors Ecclesiastes 3:11, which says, "He has also set eternity in the human heart." This inherent yearning is not a flaw, but a divine imprint that points us toward heaven, a reminder of our spiritual home. 2. Earthly pleasures, gifts and shadows of the eternal. Though Lewis recognized the value of earthly pleasures, he warned against elevating them to the status of ultimate fulfillment. In The Problem of Pain, he writes, "God withholds the settled happiness and security we desire, but joy, pleasure, and ecstasy are scattered throughout the world. These earthly joys, such as love, beauty, and art, are not ends in themselves but mere reflections of a deeper reality. They are like rays of light that lead us back to the source." Lewis captures this in The Weight of Glory, explaining that the beauty in books or music betrays us if we expect it to fulfill us. It only came through them, and what came through them was longing. The Bible affirms this in Romans 1:25, where Paul warns against worshiping created things rather than the Creator. Earthly pleasures are blessings meant to inspire gratitude and direct our hearts toward God. 3. Life as a pilgrimage, journeying toward our true home. Lewis often described life as a pilgrimage, a journey toward our true home. Our time on earth is temporary, a brief sojourn before our eternal existence with God. In The Problem of Pain, Lewis observes, "We are strangers and sojourners in this world, just as all our fathers were." This idea resonates with Hebrews 11, where the faithful are described as strangers and exiles on the earth, longing for a better, heavenly country. As pilgrims, we are called to live with an eternal perspective, recognizing that our true citizenship lies in heaven. This awareness shifts how we face life's challenges, offering hope in suffering and encouraging us to live in alignment with God's kingdom. Lewis reminds us not to grow too comfortable in this world, cautioning, "Aim at heaven, and you will get earth thrown in. Aim at earth, and you will get neither." 4. Ultimate fulfillment in God alone. At the heart of Lewis's statement is the truth that only God can fulfill our deepest desires. This belief is central to Christianity and echoes Augustine's famous declaration, "You have made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you." Lewis shared this conviction, asserting that any pursuit of happiness apart from God will ultimately fail. In Mere Christianity, he writes, "God cannot give us happiness and peace apart from Himself, because it is not there. There is no such thing." The Bible speaks clearly about the satisfaction found in God alone. Psalm 16 says, "In your presence is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore." Similarly, Jesus promises in John 10:10, "I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." This fullness of life is not about material wealth, but the deep joy and peace that come from being in God's presence. As we grow closer to God, we discover that our desires are met not in temporary pleasures, but in His eternal love and peace.